Hey everyone, how's it going? Hey there, it's Sherri Johnson. We are on. Please turn on your cameras if you're not used to being in Teams. Take a look. You can turn your camera on. You can change your background. You can also um, send a message to me if you look over at the. Let's see. I'm letting people in, or you are, Liz. Please let me know where you are coming from in the chat. You can just go into the chat and say hello, say hi. We're going to drop some really great things into the chat. So you're going to want to have the chat open. It's at the top left, right next to the timer. And you can go in there, type a message, let me know where you're calling from and calling in from. Okay. Hey there. Nice. Gun Barrel City, Texas. I don't know where that is. Is that near Dallas or Houston or such an amazing state. I was just there actually last week. And so this is awesome. So I'm looking at, yeah, Dallas. All right. Heath, Washington, D.C. That is awesome. You can put your company you're with, what company you are with. If you're one of our clients, I'd love to see that. I recognize some names. Please, if you can turn on your video, I'm going to go into sharing my slides in a moment, but I would love to see you if that's possible. I get it. You might not be in a place where you can be seen, but again, it will make for a little bit better experience. We know that it works. It's what it is, right? So let me see here. I am getting back into, can you see my screen? Everybody see my screen? And Liz, can you tell me if you see my screen? Yeah, Long and Foster's in the house. Hi, Katrina.
Yeah, I see you, Sherri.
You see my slides?
I see you. I don't see your slides.
Okay, hold on. Let me share. Let me go back into share mode. As people are jumping in, it's about 2 minutes after, so we are going to do presenter mode. I'm going to go to this window. Here we go. All right, are you seeing my slides now?
I got you. Yep, see that.
All right, good. All right, everybody. So while people are hopping in, I do want to remind you again, I can see your comments. Liz will be in here if you have any technical issues. You can send a message to Elizabeth Hollop. She's on the screen. If you are new, welcome to Sherri Johnson Coaching in the Catalyst Coaching Program. This is every single Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. We are thrilled you're here. If you're coming back, I see Mary from Long and Foster. I love Alexandria. Love that office. And I love Utah, Salt Lake City. Yes, Utah property is fabulous. If you are new to Sherri Johnson Coaching, we're really, really excited. I get it. You got a camera from an office or no camera in an office that works on, and I get it. I'm probably going to be on a slide. I can't even see any of you, so it won't really matter. But here's what I know. I want you to get your pens out. I want you to take notes. We're talking about pricing strategies to win and sell more, to win more listings and sell more listings in any market. I'm also going to tell you that you will have strategies that you can walk away with right now, okay, and use them and implement them. So all of this learning, if you don't put it into execution mode, meaning take action, nothing is going to happen, okay? That is not okay. We have to put this into action. We are relentless about winning. We are relentless about getting results. That is a mindset. If you don't have that mindset, please go check yourself. I need you to say, what needs to change in me, my mindset today, so I can start winning. I am going to come back to the chat. Let me get back into share mode. And here we are. I'm sharing my wrong. Let's see here. We are going back into the window that I want to be in, which is this one. Okay, so if you're brand new to Sherri Johnson Coaching, I am thrilled you're here. I'm going to tell you real quickly that I've sold houses. I've been an agent for 29 years, which I don't want to say out loud, but I just did. You are wherever you are in your business life cycle. I'm going to add value today to your business, to your life, to help you work harder. I'm sorry, work smarter, not harder, to actually make more money working less and implement some strategies for success to go out and be a listing agent and go out there and dominate the market in listings. If you got your license in the last 5 years and you're like, I've never done a price reduction. I get it. I absolutely get it. But I'm going to tell you, that's okay. I'm going to cover that today. We are not here to it's all about there are no platitudes. This isn't wishful thinking. You can make the money that you are capable of making. I was an agent for 10 years. I managed a huge real estate company in Cleveland. I had 800 agents in my division, and I am going to tell you that I coached and trained thousands of agents just like you to do what I'm going to share with you today. These strategies, solutions, and scripts that I'm going to give you will help you go out and compete at a higher level and win. I sold 5 houses my first month and 27 my first year. You can do whatever it is that you set your mind on to. Okay. If you are in a lull, let's fix that. Okay. I'm going to cover the gold mine pipeline for like 2 minutes today, just to make sure you have it in case you've never seen it. If you do have the gold mine pipeline already, you've been following me for a while, you've been trained by your company and Sherri Johnson, coaching, or you're in our coaching program and you already have the gold mine pipeline, that's great. But some people here today don't, and I want to make sure you're maximizing that and filling the pipeline. Okay. I sold for 10 years. I managed a huge real estate company and 800 agents for 13 years, I think it was. And $2 billion in sales. And then I left and started Sherri Johnson Coaching and Consulting. And it's been 8 years, and we coach teams, we coach individuals, solo agents, brand new agents. We coach everybody at every level. Wherever you are, we engage at every level in this industry. And my solutions and training will increase your business by 2 to 3 times. You can double or triple your business. So we're going to get started. I want you to connect with me. If you haven't, you can scan this QR code and send me your contact information, which we have your email, but I'd love to connect with you here. This is the digital business card that we use in coaching. It's amazing. If you want to get a copy of one, let me know, but that's going to be for you to download a few things. We have a free coaching call for you today. Okay. Scan this. You don't have to book it before I'm done talking, but the slots fill up quickly, and we're giving you 20 minutes individual one-on-one coaching with either me or one of my great coaches. Book that call. I promise you it'll be life-changing. Okay, here's the download of the book on pricing strategies. This is going to help you because it's a recap of what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so if you want the slides are basically going to be the entire book, but this is going to give you that. You can take pictures of the slides right now. You can download the book. It'll be in your inbox through in minutes. Okay, you fill out a form. It'll go into your inbox. Please check your spam in case it somehow landed there. And lastly, I want to tell you that we have a retired podcast. That this podcast has over 300 episodes, and we are going to change your life. I want you to download the podcast and listen to it in your car, when you're out walking, whatever you're doing. Okay, before you start making your calls, you need some Sherri Johnson, energy. You need some scripts. You need to get in the mode. Go ahead and listen to this. The one you see on the screen is how to make $50,000 from your next open house. That is not crazy talk. It actually happens all the time. Many of our clients make $100,000 at one open house. What can you do? Okay. I just had a client, she said she made 70 grand at an open house. One open house from this strategy. Okay. What could you do if you listen to this podcast? I guarantee you, you're going to sell some more houses. I have had people tell me they've sold houses from just listening to the podcast. All right. Where is your mindset? Are you thinking in abundance? Are you thinking in a scarcity mindset? Do you think this is hard? Do you think there are so many opportunities out there that you can't not win? Right? Mindset determines everything. I cannot change that for you. I can inspire you. I can give you a direction, but I can tell you that that comes from you alone. So you need to make a list of things to do. You need to make a list of things to stop doing. Where can you pick up another 6 hours a week? Getting off the internet, getting off Netflix. I get it. I watch some White Lotus, whatever, right? I'm watching the shows, but it's after I've done all the work, right? After the work is done. If you have a scarcity mindset, I need you to change whatever needs to change. Maybe it's people. Maybe you need to surround yourself with different people. That's what I see all the time. Maybe you need to change what you're consuming and look at things differently. What could you do? What could you do, right? With a plan, with a strategy. I'm telling you, great things can happen. The enthusiasm, right? That I am already sold myself. Last 4 letters of that word, which I just love, right? I mean, think about it. I am already sold myself. I'm pulling my slides here. What does that mean to you? Well, if you walk into a listing appointment and you're Debbie Downer, you're going to talk about pricing, or you're going to say comps. I have all these comps. Everybody says comps. I don't want to say what everybody's saying. I want you to say something different, something bold, something impactful. Have a better strategy. Be more influential. Ask better questions, right? Enthusiasm wins every time. Every single time. I've been hired because of my enthusiasm and my knowledge and my marketing plan and my negotiation strategy, right? But enthusiasm is what's going to make it like fire. People love enthusiasm. It's contagious, right? It really is. The power of one listing is that every time you list one house, you should be selling 3 to 5 houses off of that listing. Yes, I said that. Stop putting the sign up on a Monday. It sells by Wednesday. We had no opportunity to maximize that house, right? Become a listing agent. If right now your ratio is like 70-30 buyers, 70% of them are buyers, and you want it to be 70% listings, make that decision right now. Make it while I'm talking and write it down and say, I'm going to become a listing agent. Goals, become a listing agent. How am I going to do that? I'm going to implement the things this crazy coach is talking about, okay? Out there for everybody. It's out there for every one of us. You just have to believe and go do it. That's it. You almost don't even have to believe. You have to believe that I believe, and you'll go do it. But you got to put the action in, okay? Power of one listing. Amazing. Okay. I actually, my first month in the business, I had 5 sales, I told you, and 1 of them came from my sphere, and 4 of them came from one house. A listing that I had, not a great price property by any means. I sold it myself at the open house. 2 sales. Those people had a house to sell. I sold their house. And then I picked up a buyer. So I realized I sold 4 houses from one house. That's not an anomaly. That can be a strategy. We made it a strategy. I made it my entire strategy. This is how you do real estate. You list houses and you sell houses off of them. Okay. Can you do that? Can you say, I'm going to become a listing agent? Figure out what the rules are and play by them better. Learn to master the scripts and strategies for sellers. Okay. How many of you had a listing appointment this week? How many of you had a listing appointment this week and you just don't know the address yet? Right? Like, I need your hand to go up. Thank you. I've seen you on here before. Actually, Yvonne, I'm like, I know you. Thanks for being here. Your mindset determines your success. I can't do anything with someone who has the wrong mindset. So you have to say every day, I'm going to list or sell a house this week. I don't know the address, but I'm doing it. Some guy made a poster and he put it in his garage. It said, you just don't know the address yet. Sherri Johnson. What can you do with a better strategy? I keep losing listings, Sherri. People tell me that all the time. Because you're actually fighting with the seller on the price. That's not a good strategy. We gotta change it. We're gonna change that today. Your mindset. You're going to think it into existence. I'm going to be successful. I'm gonna have a winning strategy. I'm gonna go get listings. I'm gonna have a better pricing strategy, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna see myself winning. Like, what's another 100 grand do to your life? A lot. $100,000. Write down 200,000. But I need you to think it first. I need you to see it and say, I'm going to do it. I'm winning. I already see myself winning. So I need you to radically differentiate yourself because you are you and you are the best thing in the world. You have the best value, the best customer service. You articulate well. You are enthusiastic. You are a winner. And when you display that with confidence, we sell ourselves first and our value, then we sell a house. So you have to have a winning approach. You have to be strategic. Most agents are not strategic. I'm sorry. They're like, I hope somebody asks me to list their house. And when I go there, I just kind of throw comps down, look at a marketing plan, and then hope they list with me, right? Well, that doesn't work. Hope is great. Hope is work. Hope. Okay. Hope isn't going to get it across the finish line. Okay. You and the action and your better script strategy is going to do that. So to go win an appointment, you got to have a better strategy. So the first strategy I'm going to share with you is that what sellers want from an agent. A seller wants these 4 things, and this is in the order that they want them. Number 1, the number 1 thing a seller wants you to do as a listing agent is find the buyer for their home. That sounds weird because we know we have buyer's agents out there. Okay. So it seems like, well, that's weird. We have agents who work with buyers. I'm doing the list side. This is an NAR study a few years ago. Number 1 thing, right? The most important thing, their top concern was, how are you going to find a buyer for my home? So if you've been in the business a while, so a seller would say to us, like, you would say to them, like, I am going to mass market, market your home. I'm going to put it on the internet. Like, that's all great. But then they look at you, Yvonne, and they say, what are you going to do to sell what are you personally going to do? Like you yourself, Sherri, what are you going to do? And then we're like, I'm going to put your sign up and I'm going to put it in MLS. The MLS is not a marketing strategy. I'm sorry. It's going to happen, but it's like level 3 on my list. I want it to go to all the agents in the world. Okay. I do. I'm not putting in the MLS, but everybody has the MLS. There's no differentiator there. That doesn't separate you from the other person. That doesn't separate you, period. Everyone has the MLS. Why should I work with you, right? Number 1, whether you know it or not, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you expect me to find a buyer for your home. And that's exactly what my 3-tier marketing plan does. I have a strategy and a marketing campaign to find the buyer for your home. I'm not going to tell them what it is necessarily, but I'm going to tell them I have the strategy. Number 2, they want you to sell it in a time period that meets their needs. We haven't even talked about price yet. They want to, number 2, sell their home within a specific time period. It's the second priority. First one, find a buyer. Second one, sell it in a time period that works. Third one, now we're at price. Third one, price their home competitively. Think about that. Okay, competitively price it. Why is that important? Why is that important? Well, that is absolutely important because you're going to have a better pricing strategy after today. Number 4, help them get the home ready for sale. And that's one of my biggest value propositions to help you get a listing appointment, right? I can add value, immense value at the front end of the process. I help you and save you time and money by going over the list of things you're going to do to the house, right? I know what today's buyers want and you don't. You haven't sold a house in 7 years, 12 years, whatever. I know what today's buyers like. I know what they want. I'm going to help you make that list before you go to Home Depot, before you hire a contractor, before you do anything. We're having a conversation. I need to come and see your house. Quick tour. Okay. I want to add value because I will get an appointment, right? I can save you time and money before you go spend it on the wrong things. That slate floor in your back hall. Today's buyers love slate. You might be thinking you had to rip it out because you bought it 12 years ago. Today's buyers love slate. We're keeping that there. We're going to use that money somewhere else for a faster sale. Or better yet, just keep it in your pocket. Isn't that value? That's value added. Add value, people hire you. Okay. What does value look like? Well, think about it. Perceived value. I'm paying for this. What am I getting? Why would I spend money at the Ritz-Carlton? Because you get treated like a queen and a king. I mean, this is like you go to the Ritz-Carlton and they know your name. They know what kind of wine you drink. They know you like certain pillows. They have it on a file. You are given the Ritz-Carlton treatment. And so people will pay more for that. People go to a steakhouse. What's the difference between an Outback Steakhouse and a high-end steakhouse, right? Why do we go pay $50 for a filet or 60? Or I was in Dallas, it was $70 for dinner, right? The place is awesome because the ambiance, because you're getting the whole entire experience. What does your experience look like? Do you make it a big deal? Do you talk about a home selling system that you only have? Do you make something common be uncommon? Something ordinary be extraordinary? That's a funny word, but think about it. They're buying and selling. They don't do this every day like we do. The Ginsu Knives commercial is a good one. You know, the 2 knives, 1995, you get 2 knives, right? Then they add a set of 6 steak knives. They add another knife that cuts through a can. They add another huge knife or whatever. Then they add like another 12 knives. All of a sudden, this thing's 36 knives. And guess what? The price has stayed the same. This is all on purpose, everybody. They know that psychologically they added more things and the price stayed the same. So at the end of that commercial, I'm thinking, I am an idiot if I don't buy this, right? Because there's so much value here. So much value. Now, do you add value? Do you add more knives? I hope you add more knives. Today, I want you to add to the repertoire, to the speech, to the talk, to the strategy, to the, I call them script strategies. This is what you should say, and this is how you should deliver it, okay? I hate to bring this up, but opportunities, right, aren't lost. They go to somebody else. Somebody is going to sell this person's house. You don't follow up with people today, right now. Call the people that are 6 to 12 months out and get an appointment with them this week, next week. The script goes like this. I'm booking appointments for the second week of June. What's better for you? Thursday at 5 or Saturday at 10? Because I'm coming, right? Now, we're not listing your house, Rebecca. I'm just coming over to see it. I'm gonna save you time and money. That's what I'm doing, right? Opportunities are not lost. So stop thinking that these are bad leads because they don't want to do something right now. Every lead is going to materialize at some point in the future. And by the way, you all need business 6, 12, 18 months from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. So please stop like practicing sales prevention. Drives me nuts. Your role versus identity. Like we got to get out of the way, everybody. When somebody wants to overprice a house, and we are talking not by much, less than 10%, less than 15%, they want to go higher. Okay, let's have a strategy. Let's talk. Let's not get hung up on what we look like to our peers, right? Your role is to take the listing and have a better strategy and a plan. Understand their motivating factors. They might not be motivated. They might just want to test the market, see if they can get something. And if it doesn't sell, they'll drop the price. They know that, but they want to start as high as they can. I call that, an ambitious strategy. When you talk to a seller, the first time that you're going to the house, I like to do this in person because I want to see their expression. I want to see the faces they make. I learn a lot. I can read body language, right? And I can't do that on a phone call. So when I ask somebody, what's your expectation of value, Mark? Oh, well, we're having you out right now to tell us. I said, I know. I'm going to bring it all. I'm bringing a strategy. You're going to give me a tour. We're going to talk really extensively about where we need to price it, depending on your plan and where you need to be. But I ask every seller this, what's your expectation of value? I like to say, what's your expectation of value? Why? Because I want to know where they are. If they say, oh, I think it's 500 and it should be 420, that's okay. I'm probably still going to take this listing. But if they say, it's 400 and I got an appraisal, or I found this, I said, where did you get that number? Online or from another agent, or where'd that number come from? And they don't even know. You know what they say? I don't know. I will not give Zillow a free commercial. So do not say, did you get that from Zillow? Say, did you get that online? Right? Minimize Zillow, please. I'm sorry. If you're still paying for leads, there's a better way. You don't have to. Nowhere in my coaching company, in my academy, do I say buy leads. Okay, you can do this business without buying leads. So what you say is, where'd you get that number? I'm curious. And they tell you. They don't know, or they did tell you. I'm going to say, gee, how did you come up with that strategy? Right? And they tell you, I got it off of this, whatever. And then you say, great, thank you for sharing that with me. We're going to cover that after we get a tour of the house and we start talking about the pricing strategy. Sometimes I find out that, they have a half to number. If I don't get those numbers, I'm not selling. Okay, sure. Guess what? It probably isn't true, but that's what they're saying today, right? They need to move. They have to move. That number is going to move if we don't get an offer. Sometimes when I ask that question, I find out that the two people are not on the same page. You know what I'm saying? One wants to sell more than the other. That's fine. Now I know. Now I know what's going on. Okay. You're not going to, oh gosh, what did I just hit? Go back to my window. Hold on. Let me know. Do you still see my slide? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. I just clicked a button and I was then. So sometimes I find out a lot just by asking that question. What's your expectation of value? And again, you're not going to stay there for a while. You just want to hear what they say. And they say, great, we're going to come back to this. And if they say, well, that's why we brought you out, you say, I know, we're going to talk about it. But and you ask it again. You say, I ask everybody this. Obviously, you have some expectations. Or do you have none? And what they say is, well, it's going to sell where it sells. We're fine with that. Okay, good. That's a very reasonable person, right? I'm probably going to be really okay with where we go in terms of pricing, okay? But we can't get hung up on not taking a listing because the seller wants to price it a little bit ambitiously. How many times have you listed, gone on a listing appointment, not taken the listing? You didn't get it because you were fighting with the seller about the price. Okay, you know you're out there, okay? Like you're seriously practicing sales prevention, okay? Like you're not getting it. I went on a listing appointment back in the day. Okay, I'm like 29 years in the business. So I went on a listing appointment and I told the seller where the house should be listed. I wouldn't say I was self-righteous, but I thought I knew what I was talking about, right? So I said, this is where it should be priced. This is the range. It will sell here. If we price it here, it will sell here. And, here's what happened. I mean, think about this, okay? She said to me, well, I'd like to list it here. And I said, well, it would be a disservice for me to tell you that we could list it there. She was talking about $30,000, $250. $250 house. And I don't say I'm arguing because I wasn't arguing like combatively, but I was like, here's the plan and this plan works. And if we do that, we're overpricing it. And she was like, but that's where I want to list it. And guess what? It's their decision. So take the listing. I did not get the listing. I did not get it. She wanted to go 30,000 higher than where I said. She probably was lost in my lack of, I can do this. I was in a negative mode and I didn't get the listing. Okay. And I said, oh, wow. The company across the street got it. And I said to myself, they bought the listing. Okay. So I told myself, they inflated the price. They took her price and they listed it. And we mock people sometimes for doing that. It's a horrible thing. And after I tell you that you're going to never do this anymore. And I said, oh, we'll see how long this is on the market, right? We're going to see how long this sits. It sold in 2 weeks, you guys. It sold in 2 weeks. And guess what? Not only sold in 2 weeks, it sold out of my office. And I went up to Diana and I said, Diana, what'd that house sell for? She said, 245. And I said, that's exactly where I said it would sell. I'm walking up the stairs, everybody, and the little landing, and I thought, I'm right, but I'm not getting paid. This is a horrible strategy. Do you follow me? Because here I am, I'm right, but I'm not getting paid. So I said, this strategy is horrible. Whoever said don't take an overpriced listing is not selling houses. Now, if she wanted to go 400 and it was a 250 house, that's a completely different conversation, okay? Most of the time, people are talking about 10 to 15% more. Take the listing, have a better formula, and say to the seller, I have a formula for selling homes. I have a formula for why homes don't sell. Sometimes it's price, sometimes it's staging, sometimes it's lack of, sometimes it's lack of marketing, sometimes it's the condition of the house, which I cannot change. But I have a formula, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But think about it. Take the listing and have a better strategy to get a price reduction after 20 or 30 days and 10 showings. Okay. That can happen. You don't have to worry about, like, I don't want to take an overpriced listing. Well, don't spend a ton of marketing on it. But why are we getting so hung up? 25% of the market is testing the market. 1 out of 4 homes that are listed are testing the market and probably ambitiously priced. I just called it ambitious, right? How many listings, how many sales could you get off that one listing that's overpriced? Somebody wants a price, you're going after that. You got one listing and they won't lower the price because they're not motivated. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go get more listings. Right? That's the anecdote. Go get more listings because the other ones are going to sell. You can't just focus on one listing that won't lower the price. That doesn't work. It's not a good sales strategy for your business. Right? So I gave a referral to a guy, and it was probably going to be 650 to 700. Okay. And I said, go list this house. It's a referral we're getting it. Like, it was a done deal as far as I was concerned. You basically had to go show your marketing plan and we were getting the listing. And this agent came back named Mike and he said, those people are crazy. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, I go, you didn't get the listing? He goes, no, they're crazy. They wanted to overprice it. I go, how much? Because they wanted to go to 680. I go, what was your number? He goes, 650. I go, you didn't take this listing over $30,000. That is a problem. That is not a good strategy. I gave this talk to a group of top agents recently, and I got to this point, and this woman stood up and she said, Sherri Johnson, you're going to talk for another hour and a half, and I'm probably going to get some stuff out of that. But if I left right now, it was in the first 15, 20 minutes, she goes, if I left right now, you have just saved me from myself because I go on appointments and I tell people I'm right. She was just divulging all of her bad habits, right? These sales prevention habits that we have that we don't even realize we're doing. She's like, I do this all the time. She's like, I'm such an idiot. I go, you're not an idiot. You're a good agent. You're a great agent, top agent in the world, in the country. But she was losing listings because she would be so adamant that her pricing had to be the one they went with. So I'm never going to teach, coach, practice, counsel, educate, or train anybody to go in and inflate a price. That would be a violation of the code of ethics. That's not my style. It's kind of gross. I don't like it. I don't like agents who do that. I think it's awful. But why are we fighting with people? At the end of the day, the seller sets the price. We say, I am gonna upsell everything you don't have. It's kind of a joke, but not really. I've said that to a seller, like, I'm going to upsell everything that we have and all the things we don't have. And we're competing with the house that has those things, but we're going to go with this price for 21 days, right? Let's see if we get an offer. If we don't, we're going to come back and have a new pricing strategy. And then we're going to adjust the price, right? So let's not get hung up on like being right. I have agents who say, well, I don't want the agents that come to Brokers Open to say, you overpriced this. And then what? Think that I overpriced it to get it. And I said to these women who said this to me, everyone says this to me. When I do this live during the break, people come up, they go, I just don't want anybody to think I overpriced the house on purpose. I go, you didn't. The seller set the price. And those agents who are saying this to you, right? They're not there with a buyer. They're not selling houses. Winners don't hate, right? They're not hating on you for getting this listing. They're thinking about who they can show the house to. The people who are criticizing you aren't selling any houses. And oh, by the way, if they had an opportunity to list this house, they would have, and they would have taken it at the same price. Do you follow me? Thank you for nodding, because I am telling you right now, I watch behavior of real estate agents, and I am an expert on behavior of real estate agents, and that's exactly what happens. I know who says it, and they're not selling any houses. They're just being, gossipy or whatever. I don't know. I say to them, go sell a house. Do you have any listings? That's what I say to those people. Do you have any listings? Why don't you go list some? Why don't you sell something and then you can comment. We took the listing because if we didn't, someone else was going to. I was running on Lake Road in Cleveland, Ohio, in Rocky River, and I ran past a house and I knew one of my agents had gone on a listing appointment there. And I called her in the middle of my run and I said, didn't you get this listing? She said, oh, those people were crazy. They wanted to 50 or whatever, 70 grand higher. I go, there's a pending sign. Okay. There is a sale pending sign in this sign that this house has been on the market less than a week. This is way before 2020. Okay. This was way back 2016, I think. Balanced market, houses on the market. It's already sold. She wouldn't take it. And then that agent said, you know what? I'm going to practice your strategy. This doesn't work. I need you to have a strategy and I need you to be strategic. Stop saying, what do I look like if I take this overpriced? You know what? You are in your role. It's not about your identity. I go a little crazy on that slide, as you can tell. It just drives me nuts. We lose business because we are trying to be right. I want you to change the word comp, like a comparative analysis, to a competitive analysis. Competitive is much better sounding, isn't it? Competitive. Where do you want to compete? Where would you like to compete against the other houses that we're competing against? Because right now, a buyer's going to go look at 6 houses. We're the highest price. We don't have the same features and amenities as number 6 and 7, but I'm willing to do it for 30 days. I get it. That's where you want to maximize every $1,000. I'm going to try to sell all these things we don't have. But understand, after, my formula for why homes sell and the formula for why a home isn't selling is to say every 10 showings or 30 days on the market. We have to look at what's happening. So if we've had 10 showings and no offer, or we've been on the market for 20 days or 30 days and we have no offer, that is a problem. That means we're being rejected. It's very important to say we instead of you. Sometimes we say we on purpose, sometimes we say you, right? Not effective if I say your house is big, your price. That doesn't work. I also don't always want to own it. But when words that influence are better, competitive pricing strategy. I need you to stop using old scripts. Like yesterday's scripts are not going to close tomorrow's listing appointments, guys. They're not. You need to pivot. You need to be innovative. You need to say, I use AI to market your home. I don't know if you know how to use AI, okay? I'm using video. I'm using a strategic social media, video, and digital marketing plan. You don't have one? Go into ChatGPT and it will write one for you, okay? Boom. Add value. Solve the problems. Get hired. That's what happens. How you speak. Being confident and authoritative. I'm not saying be an authoritarian. I'm saying be authority. You are the authority, okay? You're the authority. So speak like it. You should be speaking like you own it, like you know what's going on, because you do, having a strategy, right? Adding value. We know that. When you look at this, there's 55%. I study behavior. I have a degree in behavioral organizational behavior and leadership development. And I'm telling in business, and I'm telling you right now, this works. This literally is the best strategy to share with you. You are best when you are face to face with people. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you are the best when you are face to face with people. 55% of communication is body language. That's why I cannot have you have a listing appointment over text. Why are you texting people for a listing? Talking about listing their house, get an appointment and be in front of them. 38% is tone of voice. So 55% is body language, how you carry yourself. Everything speaks, everything, what you're wearing, making eye contact, shaking someone's hand. Everything speaks. Speaking of, 38% is tone of voice. Are you showing up Debbie Downer? Are you speaking with conviction and enthusiasm and smiling? Like, look at those numbers. 93% of communication is made up of body language and tone of voice. And we are all texting each other, thinking we're going to keep deals together. That is not a good strategy. You can text people to get an appointment. There's a time and a place that's great for texting, right? 7% of communication is made up of words. So I need you to use better words. I need you to minimize topics, never people. Topics. Well, my neighbor got X for their house. I see. Yes. I'm going to minimize that. And I'm going to go over here and talk about this instead. Okay. When you have the art of storytelling, you tell stories, anecdotal stories about other situations. I had a client, you have to say who it is. I had a client. They went with this strategy. It worked. It worked really well. We staged the house. We spent we spent less than $10,000 on carpet and paint, and the house sold fast. Those stories win the day. Okay. It's persuasive. It's not even selling. It's just helping people and being more influential. Okay. Do you influence people? Do people listen to you? Do you take control? Do you take the lead? Or are you sitting there waiting for them to tell you what they want to do? We don't want a sign in the yard. No, actually, we have to have a sign in the yard. I can't sell your house without one. And ask a better question, like, why don't you want a sign? Well, is it just because it's ugly? Or have we not told the kids yet? We haven't told the kids. All right, you tell me when. We haven't told the neighbors. Okay, you tell me when it's okay to put the sign up. But we're putting the sign up, see, because you're in charge of the marketing campaign. Nothing worse than watching an agent just be drug along. Your presentation has to have these 4 components, please. A marketing strategy, a pricing strategy. Don't call it comps, please. Call it pricing strategy, negotiation strategy, and if appropriate, a multiple offer strategy. Okay. Meaning we're going to tell people what a deal is going to, offer is going to come in at 90%. Why would I do that? I want to rip that Band-Aid off right now before it's live. I teach this in negotiation. When you say a house is listed, let's say a house is listed at 350, okay? And 90% of 350 is 315. No one's selling the house for 315, but the offer might come in there, right? And you prepare those people now when it's not live. When it is live, they're going to be like, because it came in, by the way, at 92%, which was a lot higher than 315. And they're going to say, wow, Sherri told us this could have come in at 315. We're at 325. This is good. Instead of being upset, everyone's operating off the first position of being happy, happier than they could have been, right? I prepare them for the worst. Sometimes I say 88%, just to really shock them. I'm not selling my house for that. I know that. That's where it might come in, though. And if it does, we're not going to be offended. We're not going to be offended, Mark and Lisa, and we are going to counter every offer that's in writing, no matter what number it comes in. It's a lot easier to say that now than to try to say it when it's live and they're all emotionally charged up, right? We just do it in real time. I want you to do it ahead of time. Okay. I'm going to make a slide that says not real time, ahead of time. Because I golf, and when I get up on that tee box, I want to hit the farthest drive possible because I paved the way through all these conversations so that by the time the home inspection happens, the seller's like, yeah, I expected 3,500. We only have 2,200. All right, yay. Instead of 2,200, how do you prepare your people? Add value, counsel them. I know we're not attorneys. I don't mean that kind of counsel. I mean like counsel them. Prepare them. You will be so much happier if you prepare them. Right on cost this. We might or might not have it. I don't know yet. But if we do, it's gonna be ours to fix. When it happens, you've already covered that, right? So much easier. Okay. 5 motivating factors of selling a home. They already bought a house. Think about this. They already bought a house. They're relocating. They're getting divorced. It's an investment property that is not leased and not making any money. That's going to be a motivated seller, or an estate sale, okay? With multiple people that are selling the property, okay, in an estate. If somebody doesn't have one of these and they want to price the house 25% higher, or that's kind of high, but let's say 15% higher, okay, take it. Take it. Take it and have a better conversation with them about what's going to happen in 25 to 30 days. And then say, and if it's not still sold after 60 days, how motivated are you? Do you need to sell? Do you have to sell? You're going somewhere else, right? You're going to be in Dallas. You're moving to California, whatever it is. I want to get it sold so that you can time this really well. Okay. I understand you'd like to maximize every $10,000, and we're going to do that. But here's the deal. You don't have these conversations. You don't say, I have a formula for why a house sells or doesn't sell. And I'm going to be monitoring the feedback. I'm going to be giving you the feedback. We're going to have a strategy session in 21 to 30 days, right? Don't you like that language? It sounds so great, doesn't it? We're going to strategize for the next 30-day cycle of marketing. And I'm going to put together a 30-day marketing plan for you. Go into ChatGPT, ask it to write you a 30-day marketing plan after it's been on the market with X number of showings. Actually, you can customize it to the house. Every single one of us can do that. Super easy, okay? You need help with that, we'll help you. We coach people on how to do this. I love to say to a seller, it appears our motivation has changed. You seem to really want to sell now, but our price hasn't. It's a great line. It's a great line. Our motivation has changed, but our price hasn't. I didn't say your price, I said our price. Now, understand too that when a house is not selling and you can't get a price reduction, I gave this presentation this morning, so I feel like I already said this because I did, but I don't think I said it now. If you are upset that you have one listing and it's not selling, and you're banging your head against the wall because you can't get a price reduction, I want you to stop looking for a price reduction with that house. And the anecdote and the solution, I think I did say this earlier, is to go get more listings. Go get more listings. If you have more listings, we don't know which ones are going to sell, right? I mean, I just proved to you that it doesn't matter what my strategy was to price it. It sold at the same price, whether I listed it at, I wanted to list it at 249 and she wanted to list it at 269 or 279. Still sold where I said it was going to sell. So stop worrying about getting a price reduction on a house that isn't motivated. 25% of our inventory is not motivated. Your role in determining the price is your role, right? Asking good questions, saying what's your expectation of value, bringing that up again if you need to. And then what? Let's have a strategy talk. Let's talk about what happens when we overprice a home. I'm willing to do it for X number of days, and then we're going to track it. But we don't ever have this entire conversation, which is why you take the listing, you're upset, it doesn't sell, you're aggravated, right? And what you want to do, or you don't get the listing, and then it sells with somebody else. Okay, we talked about this. Why is it important to stay competitive I believe, right, that if you want to compete in today's market, we want to compete against these other houses. People are going to look at these same 8 houses or 6 houses. They're going to look at yours. They're going to look at them all, right? They're going to make a determination if they can get it for the price that they want and make the additional repairs. That's the problem, right? They're looking at 3 things online: price, square footage, and the pictures. Okay. I I love to say, there's a reason we take a house to relocation beige, or I think they had some agreeable gray or something. There's a reason psychologically when you remove the objections, they're gone. No one can say it needs new paint, wallpaper, or removal. It needs the wallpaper. It's all been done. And it's a clean slate, and gray is easy, and tan is easy, and beige is easy, right? Already done. We remove the objections. Another great line is select your agent first, then set your price. It's advice I give people all the time to a seller, right? I know and appreciate how much you are paying. I deliver $22,000 of value and I make $11,000, right? And I know that. And that's why I deliver at the highest level, right? I love to tell people, it's your house, it's your money. I'm just the expert. I do say just. I say on purpose, I'm just the expert. Like, why would you listen to me, right? The truth is that they need to hit a pause button. Sometimes I say, this may or may not be in your best financial interest. Let's talk about it, right? It took us 26 showings to get this one offer. After this offer is gone, we're lowering the price again. We're going to need another 26 offers to get another offer. That's our ratio right now. I think it's in our best financial interest to make this offer work. That's being bold, right? That's actually adding value. All right. One of my favorites, and I'm going to end, is to say to somebody the closing of the day, right? This is one of my best closing lines, is to say, I'm going to need a key. So when you're walking through the house and you're about to get back into the kitchen where your stuff is, and you're going to go through some presentation on your laptop or iPad or whatever, you're going to look at a competitive market analysis and a pricing strategy, not comps. Right before you're going to do that, right? You say, you know what, Lisa, I'm going to need a key to the front door. And she goes right over to the junk drawer, gets the key, brings it back, puts it right down in front of you, right next to your phone. You're like, oh, that was easy. I'm getting this listing, right? I haven't even talked about pricing yet. We haven't even talked about my service fee. And I got the key. Everybody with me? This is a very fantastic presumptive close. It really is. It's fabulous. And say when instead of if. Like a lot of times we're saying, if you do that, if you choose me. No. When I market your home, when I schedule the photography and the videographer, when. It's already happening, right? When instead of if. This is a strategy that people just don't think about and say out loud. So pricing strategies to win, to get a better appointment, right? 20 showings or 30 days on the market. When somebody says, and I don't know why this slide's not in here, but when somebody says, I'm so offended, has anyone ever had a seller say they're offended? They get an offer and they're like, all mad, right? So I say, expect 90%. It comes in higher. They're like, oh, this is great. Or there's that one seller who says, I'm so offended. And here's what I say, and you're going to love this. It's like one of the best. It just happened. I just said it one day and then I've used it ever since. And I said, actually, I'm more offended at the other 26 people that looked at your house and didn't write an offer. How about that one for some mic drop moment, right? I am more offended at the 12 people who looked at your house and didn't write an offer. You're focused on the wrong thing. We have a written offer. We're going to put this together. The goal was to get a written offer, and we have one. I'm so offended. Actually, I prepared you ahead of time. I told you that you could actually get less than this. Let's not be offended. Okay. Let's be strategic and let's be problem solvers and deal makers. Our role is to get it done, not, perpetuate these bad thinking, thinking strategies that our sellers do. You have those crazy sellers. I know who they are. They're like, hey, take the, cancel this deal. But this is my favorite one. We're going to cancel the home inspection process, resolution process. Never mind, we're not doing this. We didn't prepare them. You over mirror them and they think they're right. And they tell you, take the house off the market and raise the price. This is like my favorite one ever. Yvonne, I can tell you have had that happen. You're laughing. So think about this. Now, some of you out there are like, I have never had that happen. I haven't even done a price reduction because you got a license in the last 5 years. But here's what happens. Sellers, if they're not pre-counseled, if we don't set the expectations, they will actually think this is a great idea. Our job is to say that's actually not in your best financial interest. Why don't you sleep on it? Let's talk tomorrow. Okay. Let's pause. I know you're angry. I want you guys to go home and eat dinner, and there's nothing else we're talking about tonight. Right? Let's revisit this tomorrow. Tell an anecdotal story about why that's not a good idea. All right. So remember, have a better pricing strategy. Ask ahead of time or at the very first part of the meeting, what's your expectation of value? Lisa, Mike, what's your expectation of value? Well, we brought you out here. I know that. But I ask everybody this question. So you got to have a number, at least something, or you don't have any, and that's fine too. That's a great question to ask. You're going to love that question. Whether you know it or not, my job and your number one expectation of me as your listing agent is to find a buyer for your house. I have brand new agents that say that. They're up against top agents and they win the listing because they said that. Weave that into your script strategy, please. I've got some great case studies. We've got Rebecca Murphy out of Scottsdale, literally went from 32 million to 84 million in 1 year of coaching. Actually, it was less than a year. By September, they had gone from 32 the year before to 84. Not a team. This is one of the best gold mine. I mean, thousands of stories of gold mine pipeline. However, you could do what she just did. You could literally triple your business. Okay. It's almost tripling your business. Another great story. Melinda Conkar, fabulous agent. Been with us 5-6 years, I think, from coaching. She tripled her business in her second year, right? She's now doing 84 to 100 transactions as a single solo agent, no team. She's amazing. She's amazing. Okay. Our agents make another $150,000 to $200,000 on average in their first year from coaching. So I'm saying if you're looking for coaching, if you're looking for a solution, if you're looking for the quick way that's like a proven blueprint that you can do immediately, I welcome you to the idea of hiring a coach. I'm giving off 2 things today that are amazing. One is a 50 off your first month of coaching. You get access to the Sherri Johnson Academy. And Liz, if we could put the next time a slide with the Academy picture on it, that'd be great. I know we have it. Online Learning Academy, where there are over 65 agent courses, another 30 courses for teams. If you're a broker or manager, there's another 50 courses in there for you. This is micro content at its best. You can download the downloadables, all the letters, all the content. You have to write it. It's done. We have agents that make $100,000 in 3 months from our micro farming strategy. They spent $3,000 on postcards, made $100,000. I think everyone here would do the same thing, right? That's going to give you, so you can actually, whoops. Yeah, this is it. 50% off your first month of coaching. You're going to use the code FIRST50. Scan that QR code. We'll talk to you. Obviously, if you want to talk to a live person, you have to just do it online. But here's what I know, right? Double or triple your business, become the listing agent, increase your average sale price, work less and make more, have work-life balance that you not only desire, but you deserve. right? And then have total financial freedom. There are ways that you can partner with us and get all of this coaching for free too, by the way. So schedule that call. I'm going to give you that slide right now to schedule a 20-minute coaching call with me, with my team. I've got some amazing coaches. We will help you in this 20 minutes. We can show you what people in our coaching program get. We'll share it with you. You can also go fill out the Goldmine pipeline. I'll give you that in a minute. That's going to be, if you haven't done Goldmine pipeline, it's like literally life changing. And we take agents that are making $40,000 a year, and now they make $15,000 a month. How about that for exciting? So schedule your call, scan that QR code, slots fill up really quickly. People in Catalyst join coaching. There's another opportunity you can join coaching that is a little more affordable depending on your budget and your ability to invest in yourself and your coaching. This is awesome. This is called Playbook, and you can scan that QR code. You can get Playbook for $49 a month. It's going to give you all of the Academy courses, all of them. Used to only be 25. It's now all of them. There's like 100 courses on there. You get all of the course content, all the downloadables, how to make 50 grand at your next open house, how to do micro farming. Everything is in there. $49 a month. No contract, cancel anytime you want yourself. You can just go right in, cancel, sign up, either one, change your credit card, whatever. If you also want the Playbook Plus option, it's going to give you everything in Academy, all the courses, plus you get one group coaching call per month where we actually coach you and we look at you and we say, hi, tell me what's on your pipeline. Tell me what challenges you're having. Group coaching, it's awesome. People do really well in this. Agents do really well. And again, you can cancel anytime. There's literally no risk here. Okay. You can actually pay for the whole year and you're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to sell houses. You're going to list more houses. You're going to sell more houses. I guarantee it. I do want to put that code up one more time. If you're looking at coaching, one-to-one private coaching, 50% off your first month, or the subscription, which is the monthly subscription called Playbook. And here you can, again, if you scheduled this, I'm so excited. We do these calls and we just have a blast and we love helping people. So this is not about getting you to sign up for coaching. It's actually a free coaching call. During this call, though, if you're interested in finding out how you can partner with me across the entire country and find out how partnering with me, you can get the entire Sherri Johnson coaching for free. That's kind of probably going to be worth the call as well. So here's that Playbook. You can scan the Playbook and then Goldmine pipeline, my last download to give you. I'm sorry, there's so many things to scan, but this is going to be literally your path to success, your journey. This one document, this one strategy is going to list out all of your buyers, all of your potential sellers. And you're going to literally list this out and you're going to see very quickly, okay, that you have $10 million on your pipeline, $20 million on your pipeline, $15 million on your pipeline. You didn't even know you had this, okay? So this thing's a game changer. Scan it. It'll be in your inbox. Check your spam folder just in case, but this is a life and game changer. This is how I doubled my business. I've coached thousands of people on how to build a predictable, consistent monthly income. You can do the same. Literally, you have 3 times what you think you have, if not more. I have agents, they call me crying. I'm in an office right now, and a guy here sold $3 million last year. He did the Goldmine pipeline in January this year. 15 million on the pipeline. Now that's 5 times, if I'm doing the math right, 5 times. Siobhan, that's a pretty cool pipeline, isn't it? What is on your pipeline, everybody? I sound like, the credit card commercial. What is in your wallet? But I'm telling you, Goldmine pipeline is literally a life changer. And if you are obsessed with it, like Alicia, who went from literally $40,000 a year to make it $3,000 a month to 15 to 20 grand a month. So it's right here. It's available. Take advantage of it. I'm so excited you were here today. And I know if you implement these things, you're strategies for listing a house. You're going to be better on that appointment. You're actually going to list more homes. You're going to be more effective at that appointment. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to check the chat real quick because I see some things in here. Oh, well, thank you, Liz, for putting everything in our chat. You can just click on these links. Made it really easy for you. Oh boy, Patty Paul, what was the second thing? Oh, came late. Do we get a copy of the sites? So you can scan the QR code for the Liz, can you put the pricing, the link for, let's see, it's not in there yet. So the pricing ebook, we'll drop that in. Okay, that gives you all the slides because they're literally a copy of that. Joanna, will the podcast info be sent to us as well? Yes. So when we send you the recording of this event, we will have links on there that you can download the podcast. I do have a new podcast coming. I know everyone who knows me is laughing. It's being launched this month, and it's the Sherri Johnson Show, and it will feature all new content, all the same awesome content I've been teaching, but new things. It's a new show. I retired the other one. It's still worth listening to. 320 episodes. And I see, let's see, Rockville. This coaching call will be emailed to all who registered. Yes, so you will get this. It's recorded for review. If you in the future can't make it, just register. You'll get the replay. We want to help you. We know that things come up. I mean, I want you to be here. Obviously, it's better if you're here getting it live, but you will get a copy of the a copy of the video. You're welcome, Katrina, Yvonne. I'm thrilled. You guys were here. Take it, massive action. Let's go make it happen. Let's have a better second half than the first. I can't wait to see you again at Catalyst Coaching. I'm Sherri Johnson, and you rock. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.